What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Force here with some more Overwatch news. In today's first story, I'm going to talk about something that's actually been a big problem for a while now, and that is Sombra's teleportation delay, an issue with her translocator. People have been complaining about this for months, but I've seen a lot of threads pop up recently, so I wanted to bring it back to everybody's attention. So first off, what is essentially happening here is that after a Sombra player throws translocator and then activates it a second time to teleport to its location, there seems to be a delay that keeps her hitbox in place of where she was rather than where she's going to. And what this ends up meaning is that even if she's teleported pretty much the entire distance to the translocator, she still takes damage and can even be killed where she was. Now, when she's killed this way, and this is what makes this the most interesting, if she's killed in this manner, her body will still end up at the translocator position, even though she was killed as if she was never teleported. So this ends up meaning that her body is sort of in two places at once, where she was before she hit the translocator to teleport, and then where she was supposed to be after she's dead, and her body ends up teleporting to that position anyways. Now, I know what you're saying. It's going to be so easy to just write this off as a latency problem. Maybe the Sombra player is just lagging. Or there's the fact that the game does favor the shooter and has client-side hit registration, so that, say, the person who is shooting at you or attacking you has really bad latency, they still see you where you are, they get that headshot and kill you, and then when everything updates, it says, well, we favor the shooter, so the person who shot and killed the Sombra got that kill secured, even though on Sombra's screen, they had translocated to another position. However, this has been a bug noted and addressed by Blizzard as a real thing. So about 3 months ago, in early March, Jeff Goodman, Overwatch's principal designer, responded to a thread bringing up this very concern, and he said, some of this is just latency, but we think there still might be some kind of underlying bug here as well. We've tried to fix this a few times, but it hasn't gone away. For the record though, this is not intended. It should behave similar to Tracer's recall. The problem isn't because the effect has a duration or teleport delay, as you mentioned, as recall also has a duration and doesn't have the same problem. We're still actively trying to track down and solve this problem. So as stated here, yes, for some players in some situations, it's obviously latency. Either the Sombra player's lagging or the player attacking them has high ping, and with favoring the shooter, Sombra ends up dying when she's supposed to teleport. But there is some underlying bug. They've tried to fix it several times, and as of 3 months ago, they're still working on fixing it. Now, I scoured around and I couldn't find any update to this particular issue, which again, part of the reason I talk about some of the things that I talk about when it comes to bugs or hackers or whatever in some of these Overwatch news videos is to just raise more attention and awareness around it. So hopefully we get some sort of update from Blizzard, because I know this would be super frustrating for Sombra players to have this happen. Again, these are the sort of things, the kinks, that I hope Blizzard ends up sorting out. The next story that I want to talk about is the fact that you can actually now purchase currency in China, but it's not quite what you might think. Based on a new law in China, Blizzard has changed the way that you acquire loot boxes in Overwatch in that region. Essentially now players purchase in-game currency and are gifted loot boxes. So based on a translation here, it looks like you can buy 5 in-game currency, you get 2 loot boxes, 15 in-game currency and 5 loot boxes, and it goes all the way up to 120 in-game currency and 50 loot boxes. Now you might notice this is a pretty abysmally small amount of currency. Why are people buying this? Well, they're not buying it for the currency, they're buying it for the loot boxes. But the law as it states made it so that gaming companies that provide a service with randomly given virtual items cannot ask players to directly buy those, quote, lottery tickets, as it were. Loot boxes are random. You know, you don't know what you're gonna get. You could get duplicates. Thanks to a law in China, they're not letting companies sell those things directly. So Blizzard is circumventing this by letting them buy currency, very, very tiny amounts, but letting them buy currency nonetheless, and then being gifted the loot boxes. So it's basically just a workaround to the Chinese law trying to prevent companies from selling things like this. I don't know, it's kind of like it's a little skeezy, doesn't it seem? I mean, it really appears like this law is meant to stop them from being purchasable altogether. So Blizzard's like, oh, they're not purchasable. You can buy currency, and here's some of these loot boxes for free. But really, the amount of currency that you're getting is so incredibly small that no one is clearly buying it just for the currency. So it's really interesting. I'm going to be interested to see kind of how this all pans out based on this new law, how China responds to how companies like Blizzard are just circumventing the real issue that they're trying to prevent by changing basically the words that they use and how they're presenting it. They're like, oh, you're not buying it, it's a gift. But anyways, all right, guys, wanted to share these stories with you here today. As always, I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you have a good one, and until next time, I'll see you later.